Another one of the fan favorites, easily a front runner for many, and I feel like she really proved herself tonight. A lot of people not only love her, but there's also a bunch of people who, doubt of her abilities. Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel. It's your boy Portelles, and for today's video we have a very exciting one because we are finally going to be talking about the preliminary competition of Miss Universe, the #1 pageant in the world, although other people want to say otherwise, but facts are facts. I don't make the rules, bestie. Just kidding, you guys. Okay, so the preliminary competition just happened like an hour ago. I'm actually just sitting down right after I watched the entire thing, took my notes, made my decisions, and right now I'm just here to kind of like have a conversation with you guys, spill the tea about everything that happened with the show, the host, the production, the swimsuit competition, the evening gown competition, and this is gonna be a fun experience. So you guys go grab some popcorn, go get you some coffee, sit down and let's chat. For each one of the competitions, I really highlighted the candidates that I wanted to talk about on my vlog. So this is not necessarily like a topics type of thing, but really the ones that I wanted to address and spill some tea with you guys, have some chica, you know what I'm saying? I will make a separate video where I will actually be, giving you my final prediction before the coronation night of Miss Universe, so just stay tuned for that video as well. Now, as usual, I really hope that you enjoy my video, and if you do, please consider leaving a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day, and last but not least, let me know in the comment section if you agree with my comments, my feedback, my critique, and also your overall opinion of everything that went down during the preliminary competition. So without further ado, my friends, let's get into today's video. I really hope that you enjoy it.
Be strong.
Alright, so let's get right into it. Let's start by talking about the show as a whole. And I really feel like Miss Universe really stepped it up when it comes to the production of the show. I'm talking about stage, I'm talking about audio, I'm talking about lighting, and even like the backdrops. Compared to last year's preliminary competition, I feel like definitely this was a step on the right direction, because last year I remember people complaining a little bit about the camera angles and also about the lighting during the national costume presentation. So I feel like this year they really took into consideration those things and make sure not to make the same mistakes again. Prior to the competition, a lot of people were kind of like, a little worried, because actually it was a known fact that the competition was going to take place into this dome that they built in Israel just for this occasion, and a lot of people were saying, I don't know, this is like, it seems small, it seems very, intimate, but with the magic of television, it definitely didn't feel like that. It felt like a huge venue, almost like a stadium, and you could really tell that the candidates had enough room on stage to really just show their best performance. And talking about showing your best performance, I feel like the length of the show itself was very appropriate. I didn't feel like anyone was rushed. We had just enough time to appreciate each one of the candidates and really look at their walk, look at their technique, look at their beauty and their gowns. It was just right on spot. Now, another thing that really had fans talking a lot last year was the hosting. This year, I feel like it's much better. I mean, Andrea and Carson, they didn't have like the biggest chemistry in my opinion, but there was no awkward moment. There were not any major missteps, So at the end of the day, that's really what matters, because you want to make sure that everything is smooth and that whenever the candidates are coming out, that is the right countries that are being called out, that is the right description that is being read when they're presenting. So those are things that in my opinion really makes it or breaks it when it comes to the hosting. So no complaints, they did a very good job. And now let's talk a little bit about the actual introductions. I really like the format. First of all, having 4 girls walking out at the same time, I feel like it's a way to not only make the show a little shorter, but also to keep it interesting for the fans, because when you have only one girl at a time and they're walking and then the other one is coming from behind, it tends to get, lengthy but also confusing. You're just there like wondering when is it gonna be over. So I'm happy about it, and I'll give you some of my standouts. I really felt like candidates such as India did an amazing performance with her introduction. So much energy. I really liked France. You could tell that she was excited. She waited for 2 years just to make it to the stage. Mexico, very excited as well. This time around she is trying to get the crown for a consecutive year, so that's gonna be hard, but she was excited. Beatriz was a very pleasing surprise. So Philippines, I thought that the opening dress was beautiful and the hair was very flattering as well. Puerto Rico, just her aura just says winner all over the place. I love this girl. Lalela from South Africa as well. I mean, this girl, we know that she is an amazing communicator, so she went there with a lot of confidence. USA, of course, we know that Elle did very well in her national competition, and she is so fresh out of her national competition that she brought that energy right into Miss Universe. And last but not least, I also have Miss Vietnam on my list. She is giving me gorgeous vibes, but also, you know, like she's having fun in the competition, and I appreciate that. Now let's get to serious things. Let's start by talking about the swimsuit competition. And the first thing that I would like to comment about, not only for the swimsuit but also for the evening gown, is the choice of music. Was it the greatest? No. Was it a bad choice? No. It was an okay choice for the music. And I believe that part of being Miss Universe and part of getting the title is really being able to adapt to these challenges. And the music, although it was not the best, you could still work with it. So for those who were not able to deliver and adapt to the music style, I feel like that's almost like failing one of the challenges. So there you go. Now let's get to serious stuff. I'll give you some of my opinions about the candidates, but I'm gonna go with alphabetical order because, like I told you, this is not a topics just yet. I just want to address the things that in my opinion are worth mentioning, and at the very end I'll give you a hint of who my top picks might be, but remember there will be a separate video just for that. So the first standout for me was Argentina on this list. I really feel like this woman, you know, has been a little criticized from the beginning because of her looks. A lot of people say that she's very photogenic, but she is not very good on camera. I definitely see where they're coming from based on previous videos that we've seen of her and how she showcases her personality, but in my opinion, tonight she really rocked the stage. She delivered, she was fun, and not only she is very photogenic, but she also brings this level of class that feels very elevated. Loved it. I am going to talk about Bolivia and Chile at the same time because in my opinion both of them really stood out when it comes to the first batch of girls that were presented. Bolivia really brings a very Latino flavor, you know. I really like how she presents herself, how it's so light. She has the right balance of movement and technique. And when it comes to Chile, I feel like for a lot of people she has been, you know, one of the candidates that they've been rooting for when it comes to the Latinas. But today I really saw her as a competitor, someone who is really there to deliver a very good performance and who is not going to shy away from being anything less than excellent. On some of my previous topics, I feel like I kind of overlooked her and the fans really let me know in the comment section, but I was like, you know what, until I see otherwise, I will keep her in that position. But today she really proved to me that she has what it takes, and I'm really looking forward to see what she's gonna do next. Now let's talk about a little bit about Miss Colombia. Okay, so Valeria, I feel like, I mean, her body is stunning. We already knew that, and in my opinion she was really one of the candidates who was gonna be like a highlight of the swimsuit competition, and that's exactly what she was. However, there is something about Valeria that I feel like it's a little off. I don't know if she's nervous, I don't know if she is intimidated, I don't know if this is like strategic or something, but Valeria really needs to get, you know, that power that we know that she has. She really has to make sure that it shows when she is on stage. I feel like her approach was a little bit more gentle and more delicate when it comes to the swimsuit presentation, and we have seen that fire before, so I want to see more of that for the finals. The next girls that I wanted to talk about were Costa Rica and Dominican Republic. Costa Rica, I mean, her face is gorgeous, made by the gods. Her technique and her presentation on stage, I feel like is very good. She's very smooth when it comes to her transitions. She keeps it interesting when it comes to her facial expressions, and you know, I feel like she has that right balance. And when it comes to Dominican Republic, honestly, I'm really surprised by her. Well, surprised and not surprised, because Dominican Republic has been doing well recently in pageantry. However, she was one of the candidates who was appointed the latest within the competition, so I feel like she didn't have as much time as other people to prepare, but we never know. Maybe she's a seasoned queen, maybe she has a lot of experience and didn't need that much preparation. But talking about facts, I am definitely happy with her presentation. I feel like her body is stunning. There is a lot of confidence. It's just like inner beauty that comes out of her, and I'm really looking forward to see how she's gonna use that strength when it comes to the coronation night. I know for a fact that for this particular competition she was a standout. Now we need to talk about a candidate that in my opinion is really one of the two candidates to beat in this year's edition of Miss Universe. I'm talking about India. Oh my god, guys, I'm getting the chill as I talk about her now, because I was not expecting this level of confidence. I feel like since the beginning, everything that she has presented has been very consistent, you know. She was cute, the styling was good, the communications were fine, but really when she came on stage, I saw a fire in her eyes, a confidence, and just like a will to just get the crown that I had never seen before on her. And it's really this element that makes me feel like she is here to conquer. She is not here to negotiate and kind of like try to convince the judges that she is the one. just like Catriona did a few years ago, just like Pia did a few years ago, and like most of the winners have been doing. That's what I'm trying to say. Harnaz, I feel like she is there just to claim what is rightfully hers. Is it gonna be easy? Of course not. This is gonna be a fierce competition. There are other candidates that I will tell you about that are really here to kill and and bring that crown back to their home countries. But Harnaz stood out in a way for me that I was not expecting. She was within my top 10, and automatically right now she has entered easily my top 3. Let's talk about Malta and about Nepal. I feel like Malta, I mean, I've been looking a little bit after what she has done on her national competition, and I think she did a very good job, but I was not expecting her to bring this level of confidence, honestly. She is a beautiful girl. I love how unique her style is, and I feel like, honestly, deep down, I feel like Miss USA kind of like changed her styling because it was so similar to Miss Malta, and Miss Malta was already within the competition when Miss USA joined, so she was the one who had to adapt. But anyways, Malta is just giving me so much excitement. She feels like a lioness when she steps on stage, and I'm really glad to see this from a smaller country in pageantry. You know, like we always talk about the powerhouses and the countries who dominate each year, but Malta is a smaller one, and to see that they were able to find and send and prepare such a consistent candidate is honestly so exciting. For Nepal, I mean, Sanjita, I did watch the national competition for Miss Universe Nepal. I've made even a few reactions to it, but I was not able to post them because my memory card got deleted. However, I know that she is capable of doing a lot. And really, she came on stage with I don't even know how to describe it, but her aura was just out of the charts. A level of confidence that I haven't even seen on her national competition. I don't know what they're feeding her, what's on her water, but I need some of that for most of these candidates. Now let's talk about Paraguay, another one of the fan favorites, easily a front runner for many, and I feel like she really proved herself tonight. A lot of people not only love her, but there's also a batch of people who, you know, doubt of her abilities. They just think that she's a pretty girl who is able to speak, and she is that, but she can also do the work and the technique and the delivery and the transitions and the facial expressions, and tonight she really proved that. What I really like the most about her is that it was exciting. From the moment that she came on stage, you couldn't take your eyes off her because already she has that physical beauty, but then when you mix it with, you know, like the smiles and the twirls and just like how she presented herself, I feel like she was very, very charming, and by all means she was able to captivate the attention of the audience. I know for a fact that I was here sitting on my couch just like yelling yes, you know what I'm saying. The next one on the list, and I know that you guys are waiting for me to talk about, Miss Philippines Beatriz Luigi Gomez. What I'm gonna say about Beatriz is that I feel like she did a good job when it comes to her presentation. We all know that Beatriz has more of a quiet persona. She is a little more calm, so I was not expecting her to do anything crazy on stage, right? However, it was a little simple. It was a little simple, I'm not gonna lie. There were not any twirls, there were not any, you know, anything crazy. It was just pretty much Beatriz walking, smiling, and, you know, keeping it simple. I know that a lot of people are not going to like that, but I feel like this is part of her strategy. You know, Beatriz has been very vocal about just wanting to be herself and present herself in the way that she wants to be seen, not change who she is in order to please other people. And for that reason, I feel like she stayed true to her core. I cannot criticize her for that. Now, what I'm going to say is that she might get a little overshadowed by other candidates because other people are doing the absolute most. But when it comes to her presentation, if I just think of her as an individual, I'm happy for her because she didn't look stressed. She was smiling from beginning to end. She was happy. And I can think of, for example, last year when I think of Rabia, she was so stressed and she was trying to deliver the absolute best. She forgot to smile and people were criticizing her for that. So I feel like you never win really when you try to please other people. She was true to herself. She gave us a very solid presentation. And although I think that other candidates might overshadow her, keep that in mind, I'm just being honest, I feel like she should be proud of her presentation. Now we have Miss Puerto Rico, and obviously I feel like the P's are really dominating. This is nothing new. Puerto Rico, I mean, for many, is the winner of the competition from a very early stage. Puerto Rico not only has been doing amazing in pageantry, they are really very good at training their queens, not only for the technique but also for the personality and the charisma. And I feel like this lady really embodies all of that. I feel like there's really no other way to describe her performance as perfectly balanced when it comes to the styling, when it comes to the movement, when it comes to the facial expression, the transitions, the technique. I feel like Michelle is really one of the few candidates who has the entire package. And if I'm just being fully transparent about this entire competition, I feel like for the winners of the top spot, so number 1 and 2, it's really between Michelle, so Puerto Rico, and India. Harnaz and her are going head to head at the moment, at least when it comes to swimsuit. Next, of course, we have South Africa, Lalela. I've been a fan of hers ever since her national competition, and I feel like this one in particular, and I feel like for the swimsuit presentation, she did not disappoint. I liked her style. I liked how she presented herself on stage. She is not one of these girls who is gonna go out and make the absolute most, give us the, 5 twirls or or 10 different facial expressions, but she is one who will be very grand, who will present herself in a very elegant way, and I appreciate that, because not everything has to be a circus. You can also find entertainment and grace in elegance. This is a great start for South Africa, because we know that she had a rocky start with the government and all of the issues that she was going through, but right now she's in a good place, and I'm hoping for the best for the competition. Okay, so I have a few more that I want to mention, but I'll try to go through them as quick as possible. So Miss Spain, I mean, no surprises here. The body, the face, the level of confidence is exactly what I was expecting from her. She's another one of the fan favorites, and although Spain is a smaller country when it comes to pageantry, she has really been amazing so far. Miss Thailand, Miss Thailand, arguably one of the biggest candidates in this year's edition because of how big, Thailand's influence is in pageantry. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit underwhelmed by Anjali. I feel like she could have given us a little bit more confidence. She could have given us a little bit more, flavor when it comes to her performance. Because we all know that she is about body positivity and being confident in your body and embracing yourself the way that you are. But in my opinion, she did look a little bit insecure when it comes to her presentation on the runway. And when I give this type of feedback, I really try to find the right balance to give, a constructive criticism instead of coming off as a basher. I love Anjali. I've been so vocal about it on my channel, but I feel like she really needs to focus, if anything, on the mental state right now, because it's not coming off as being very confident or being very present in the moment, and that is exactly what was gonna give her a crown. We already know that your body is beautiful and you are there to defend that idea. Now we just need you to convince everyone that you actually believe it as well. The Bahamas was another highlight for me. What an amazing presentation. I mean, just the confidence, the aura, walking down the stairs. She was not hesitating. The runway, it was fun, it was exciting. Her performance is what I'm really looking forward. I want to be entertained. I want to think, oh, she's sexy, oh, she's sassy, oh, she this, oh, she that. That's exactly what she gave us. There was not a dull moment from beginning to end, and I mean, I'm expecting a lot from her. The last 3 on my list, I have USA. First of all, I feel like, as I was telling you, she is so fresh out of her own national competition that I feel like she brought all that energy and all that confidence to Miss Universe. She is still riding that high, and you can tell. Just the way that she presents herself is very natural, very effortless, but still keeping that unique essence, that level of I am here, I am unique, and I'm gonna prove you that I deserve that crown. That's what I'm getting from her. Venezuela, very good as well. Of course, we all know that queens from Venezuela are so well trained. It was very interesting to watch because she's a beautiful girl and she knows her body. She knows how to showcase herself, the angles, and really has the right movement to really bring her A game at all times. Now, Venezuela, I've said this before, is a little bit more on the technical side. So you can tell sometimes that she is, thinking about the technique. I want her to let loose. That's the only thing that she is missing. Luis said, mi amor, vamos, vamos. Movimiento, sonrisa natural. Be natural, please. Give me, like that natural flavor and just like natural aura. That's all I'm asking for. And you got this in the bag. And of course, the last one that I couldn't forget at all is one of my favorites, Miss Vietnam, Kim. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, I've been talking about Kim, and I feel like she is exciting. She is interesting to watch. Everything that she does, she has this joie de vivre, which means like this joy of life. Like you can just tell that she's so happy to be there, that she's enjoying the moment, while also delivering what's expected of her. And that's what, for the fans, it's really interesting, because sometimes you see these candidates who are stressed, might be going through anxiety, overthinking. Not Kim. Kim is really living in the moment, and you can tell that she is having a blast while also slaying the competition. So in my opinion, these were the highlights when it comes to the swimsuit presentation. Let me know in the comments, you guys, what do you think? But now let's talk about the evening gown a little bit, because I also have some thoughts when it comes to these candidates. And now do not worry, my list for evening gowns is not as lengthy as my swimsuit competition. There are really some key candidates that I want to talk about when it comes to this. So I'm gonna start once again by addressing Argentina. Once again, a candidate that a lot of people have been sleeping on. I feel like she brought something to the table that was very interesting. I haven't seen anything quite like it in a long time when it comes to pageantry. And although a lot of people are gonna tell me, Louis, you are new to pageantry. Yes, but I've been doing my homework. I've been looking at previous pageants. I've been, Googling everything. I've been, on the archives, really putting in the work. So give me a break. I really liked her performance. I thought that she really embodied that aura that I've been telling you that she has, the beauty of the silver screen. She always makes me think to a star from the 20s or someone from Hollywood like Elizabeth Taylor. And I feel like she nailed it with the hairstyle, with the gown. Beautiful. Silver, very on brand. There were only a few girls from the first batch that really caught my attention, and the next one would have been Belgium. I feel like, once again, I've been sleeping a little bit on Belgium, not giving her maybe all the flowers that she deserves, because I feel like her gown was very consistent. She was able to bring, the grace, the elegance, all the flavor that you need for an evening gown, which, by the way, is not the same after swimsuit presentation. When people, come with the evening gowns and they're just walking the same way that they did on the swimsuit, I'm like, not on my watch. But Belgium was able to find that balance, and I feel like she was able to give us a very solid and different presentation from swimsuit to evening gown. I have to stand. I love this girl so much. Chile was another one that came out looking like fuego, like fire. I really love her gown. I feel like it was very well executed. There is just something about her. I feel like it's maybe the tone of her skin. It contrasts so well with the red color of her gown that I was just amazed by it. The hair, in my opinion, was just so good. An amazing compliment to the candidate, but also to the gown, and just overall the aura. A big part of evening gown is how you present yourself, how you wear the gown, and not just allow the gown to wear you. That is, very difficult, and I feel like for such a strong statement color as red, she really did an amazing job. Colombia came out with this amazing gown. Oof. Honestly, the gown itself was I don't know how to describe it. Like, I'm just in love, because it was not the most elaborate gown or anything, don't get me wrong, but I feel like Colombia and her styling team really know her body, and they know how to accentuate it, how to really bring the spotlight to the right places and just compliment this woman. I also really like the fact that she has this little cape that she was presenting, and that she was able to handle it. Sometimes the candidates get a little lost when it comes to the props and the accessories, but I feel like Colombia was really able to adapt. Similar to what I was telling you during swimsuit presentation, I feel like she was a little lost, a little confused when it comes to the presentation of the evening gown. Not saying that she did a bad job or anything, but I was just hoping for a level of confidence that just never really came. It was very soft, very calm, very, very dad. The finals are still coming, so she has time to work on that. Girl, wake up. Valeria, you are a star. You got this in the bag. Just believe in yourself. Now, for this second batch of girls, two candidates that I think did a very good job that I'm not gonna spend too much time on are Costa Rica. Consistent, very good, what I was expecting. Sometimes I tell you about girls who really exceeded my expectations or girls who underperform. I feel like in both scenarios, Costa Rica and Dominican Republic delivered what I was expecting. So I am happy, I am content. I don't have anything to criticize or nothing to really give them like extreme praise, but they are still within the competition. I feel like they are achieving what they set as a goal. Guatemala, or Guatemala for the Latinos watching me out there, I feel like she did good. She did an amazing job. The dress was interesting, was different from everything, and at first I was not sure if I liked it or if I was like, well, but I feel like because it was so different, it really set her apart from everyone, so I still gave her a start on my list. And I feel like overall herself as a candidate, she is able to really bring an excellent performance. The way that she behaves on stage, the way that she connects with the audience, looks at the judges, looks at the camera, and everything else in between, the transitions, the walk, it was all on point. So I really had to give her a spot, but I hope to see a little bit more from her during finals. Now, another one who stole the show one more time, we have Miss India. Harnaz, you did not have to do me like this, girl. Y'all know out there that my heart is fragile, and you keep giving me strong emotions like this. If I pass out, if something happens to me and I end up in the hospital, Harnaz, I'm sending you the medical bill, because you are just not letting me breathe, grabbing me by the emotions and just playing with my feelings, girl. What an amazing performance, Harnaz. I mean, incredible from head to toe. And I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, I was not mind blown by the gown. So for the category to be evening gown, and her gown not being like the standout of the night but still blowing my mind, I feel like it's a great achievement. There is just something about Harnaz, her aura, the way that she behaves, the way that she looks at people, the way that she connects with people, that it just has winner written all over the place. I don't know how to explain it, and we all know that India did very well last year. She entered the top 5, but I feel like this year they are not playing. And I was worried about Harnaz at first, because a lot of people have been giving her such a hard time for her communication skills, and I was like, this might play with her mental health, her mental focus. But no, I feel like if anything, it really light a fire under her, and she is just here to conquer. I am beyond happy and beyond proud. Wow. I was also gonna comment about Nepal, because I feel like Sujita has been doing very well. I mentioned her during the swimsuit presentation, and I feel like she also did extremely well for the evening gown. Her dress was not the best one in my opinion, but she was able to rock it. And the only comment that I'm gonna give Sujita is that maybe tone it down a little bit when it comes to the execution, like the way that she comes on stage. She was like aggressive, she was ready to fight for that crown, and I was like, girl, calm down, it's evening out. But overall, I mean, if she has that energy, if she has that fire, just a comment to maybe tone it down a little bit. But I don't want you to lose that, because ultimately that is what is going to take you to the crown. So keep the fire, but maybe just regulate it. Next on the list, we have once again someone that you guys are waiting for, Beatriz Luigi Gomez from the Philippines. I feel like she had a beautiful gown, very similar to the one of Miss Chile in my opinion. And I'm gonna be fully transparent with you, I feel like Bea did a good job when it comes to this gown, because she represented herself fairly in a way that she is very authentic to who she is. The performance was a little bit linear, similar to the swimsuit presentation, in the sense that there was no surprise effect, there were no twirls, there were no nothing. And of course, she's not gonna be twirling with an evening gown, but I feel like she could have done a little bit more when it comes to, I don't know, maybe the facial expressions, maybe switching it up for certain categories. But as I've been telling you, I feel like this is Bea's strategy. So if she is doing this on purpose, then we have to live with it, we have to embrace it. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with it necessarily, but to a certain extent she is playing it safe. Now, something that I did think is that this gown almost looked like a tribute, like an homage to her preliminary gown that she did during Miss Universe Philippines. And of course, the international audience is not gonna notice this, but because we did follow Bea's journey on the channel for Miss Universe Philippines, I do remember. And deep down inside, I wish that there was something different. Not that there is anything wrong with the gown, but I feel like there is no surprise element. And if you're going to a competition like this with some of the girls who are really, going for it, you cannot just play it safe. So Bea, beautiful gown, very strong color. I love red. I feel like red is a color that is very hard to wear, because you must have the confidence to embody it. And she did good, but I want a little bit more. So for finals, I hope that she can show us a little bit more of that Luigi side that she has, because I feel like tonight we saw Bea on the runway. Now, getting into the final batch of girls, we have, of course, Puerto Rico came out with the lavender, and I died. You know how I feel about lavender color, right? You know how I feel about purple. People on my channel, the audience that watches me all the time, we call them purple angels, because purple is just my color. If you look at the banner of my channel, it's purple. If you look at the profile picture, it's purple. And when Puerto Rico came out with this, gown, beautiful purple with different shades, shining like a goddess, I was like, she is the one. She is the one. There's something about Michelle. Her facial features are just incredible. Her body is stunning. But there is the aura. The way that she steps into the room, how she behaves, how she looks at people, and how she is able to capture everyone's attention, that in my opinion is the essence of a Miss Universe. Doesn't matter how beautiful you are, doesn't matter how much you're able to talk, doesn't matter, you have to have it all, but most importantly you have to have the X factor that will make people listen to you, that will keep their attention, and that will make sure that your influence will have an impact on their lives. That is a Miss Universe in my opinion. And Michelle, that is precisely what she is doing here with this gown and the way that she sold it, the way that she presented it. Amazing. Speechless. Now, I do have 5 more candidates that I wanted to comment about. Of course, Lalela Mswane from South Africa. I feel like some people were kind of shocked with her decision to go with a white gown. I personally, I'm not mad about it. Actually, I celebrate it because in case that you have not noticed, Lalela is not the candidate who is gonna give you all the, you know, like the fun stuff. She is the girl who will go there and look grand. She is an intellectual. She is a woman of substance. And that's exactly what I was expecting of her. I feel like this dress is very formal, but still very elegant, very regal, you know, very pure. I feel like the white color really complements her, and of course it contrasts very well with her skin, so it really brought the attention back to her facial features while also really wrapping her body in a way that it complemented her shape. I'm glad about it, and you still get a little bit of that fun, you know, glittery stuff with this chain that she has in the middle of the dress, which was still giving you some of that drama that you guys love. So I am happy about it. You guys tell me how you feel. Now, Bahamas was another one that really surprised me with her evening gown. She did a good job. I mean, I was not crazy about the gown. It was alright, but once again, it's really the execution. I feel like the gown is only one part of it, right? Of the entire performance, because you can have the most beautiful gown, but if you are not able to sell it, if you are not able to embody and bring the level of confidence that this gown requires, it's not gonna work. And Bahamas was able to deliver that. She ultimately during the night got the prize for a cruise, so I feel like it's not just about what she's wearing, but there is something about this candidate in particular that is very interesting, and I'm glad to see that people are noticing. Really a candidate that you need to keep an eye on, because although you might not think it, this girl might make it easily into top 10. Watch out, maybe even top 5, you never know. USA came out looking very unique. This was not something that I was expecting from her. I feel like it was a risk, and the risk did pay off. I thought that she looked very elegant, and her gown automatically set her apart from everyone else, which is precisely what you want to do, and in a very positive way, you know, because you can also be aside from everyone else for all the wrong reasons, but not here. She did an amazing job. I don't want to be repetitive about her, so you know, I told you already about the confidence and that she is coming with this fresh energy. I feel like she also applied this to her evening gown, so amazing job, USA. Venezuela, of course, once again with, you know, beautiful gown, beautiful technique, beautiful presentation. I need a little bit more of spontaneity. Is that how you say it? Spontaneous. I need you to be more fun, girl. Just relax and have fun. That is what it's all about. Louisette, not everything is lost. You did amazing during swimsuit. You did amazing during evening gown. And I feel like if you are able to let loose a little bit for finals, you got this in the bag, girl. You can get a very good placement. Just enjoy the experience. I feel like some of these girls are so stressed and they have so much pressure coming from their national directors, from the audience, from the fans, that they forget to live in the moment. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, y'all. Last but not least, I have Vietnam once again on the list, and let me tell you, I can summarize this with it's given Cher. I mean, when she came out, I really thought of Cher in the cover of Time magazine, or was it Vogue magazine? No, it was Time magazine. And once again, I don't want to be repetitive, but she is really one of the beauties that stands out in the crowd for me. From the moment that I saw her first, you know, introduction picture, her portrait, I thought that she was clearly one of the most beautiful women in the competition. I mean, for my taste personally, you know, I don't want to upset anyone. But once again, she brought this very playful, joyful aura that, in my opinion, that's kind of like her brand, that I think it has become her brand at this point. She will bring superior beauty with an amazing body while also making you see that she is having the absolute most fun. I loved it, and I wish that everyone was having such a good time as Vietnam. Hey guys, I just wanted to add very quickly that as I was editing my video, as you can see, I'm just, in the entire process of putting this together for you guys. I noticed that I forgot to talk about two of the candidates that I really loved in the competition for the evening gown. The first one was Paraguay. I was really impressed with her gown. I felt like it was so flowy. It was fashion in my opinion, so it was kind of like a cool mix. And you know that she has everything that it takes to pull this off, obviously. A lot of people expect a lot of things from Paraguay, and I believe that so far she has been living up to the hype. The other candidate that I wanted to shout out as well was Kenya. I feel like the candidate for Kenya is such a beautiful girl, physically speaking, facially speaking as well. And the gown was designed by my friend Gian La Sala, so I know firsthand how much work he put into this one in particular. So I wanted to shout it out. And for some reason, I had them on my notes and I just completely, skipped over them. But I still wanted to let you guys know. So keep watching for the rest. Now, that was my list for the evening gown, but I will comment on two more candidates. The first one was Panama, because I mean, so far she did very well when it comes to swimsuit. But when it comes to evening gown, I was kind of like turned off by the very bright colors of the dress. I didn't feel like it did contrast very well with the silver. It was kind of like taking over the entire gown, and that's the only reason why I didn't include her without my highlights for the competition. I also wanted to talk about Thailand. There is something going on with Anjali, you guys. Once again, I love this girl. I'm hoping for nothing but the best, but the confidence is not there, and I feel like there's something off with the styling. I feel like there are ways to really show her under a more positive light. There are ways to really complement more her shape, because the fact that you are all about body inclusivity, body positivity, it doesn't mean that you can just go there and throw any gown or whatever. You still have to find a way to complement your body, to show it under the best possible light, and show that women who are not the typical size of a beauty queen can also look beautiful, and they can also rock a gown, and they can also, do the absolute most and be extra and be fun, just like any other woman. But I feel like that aspect was not showing through this presentation. She looked a little stiff, she looked a little distracted, a little bit in her head, and once again the fitting of the gown was not my favorite. The fabric was beautiful, the gown itself, I'm not so sure. But anyways guys, those are pretty much my opinions when it comes to the swimsuit presentation, when it comes to the evening gown presentation. So let me know down in the comment section, what do you think and if you agree. Remember that I will also be making a separate video. I will give you my prediction, my top picks prior to coronation, and that's when I really will explain in details why I feel like each candidate deserves each ranking. So I'm excited for that. As usual, I'm gonna ask from you that if you enjoy my video, please go ahead and leave a like so that it gets recommended to more people. Subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one almost every single day. And last but not least, come here and give me a hug, because you know that I love you, that I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and spending a few moments out of your day here with me. And until I see you next time, everyone, please stay safe, be kind to one another, sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I'll see you on the next one.